Hello everyone, TMMgamer here, and today I have the pleasure of bringing you a very nice mission domination gameplay using the P90 with, I think it's extended mags and silencer, and using a support setup. But before I get into the gameplay commentary, this is one thing I want to mention. The plan is to live stream some games tonight. Now, me and Dan are probably going to get together. I think the plan is to do some FIFA and zombies at this stage, but it's still quite flexible. So if you have any other games you want us to do, please don't hesitate to put in the comments or send me a message. I'm going to try and fit them in at some point. But with this commentary, I really want to continue the series of gameplay commentaries I've been doing over the past couple of days, which have been really focused on domination, focused on the gameplay all the way through, and telling you how to effectively play each map in domination. Because you'd think that after Call of Duty's been out a certain amount of time, people would begin to get a intrinsic feel for the maps and begin to understand how to play them. But there's so many times when I go into a game of pretty much any game mode and you still see people literally have no idea how to play a huge multitude of maps. Now, Mission is a map where one side is much more powerful than the other. Now, the B and C combo on this map is so much more powerful than the A side, and sometimes I wonder when I'm playing these maps whether they were actually play tested, because no one who understands domination and understands the spawns can come into this map and say it's balanced. So it boggles my mind that it can get through play testing, but that's enough about that. You can see here, for example, my team is set up with the B and C side cap. We got lucky with a spawn, cap C, rushed and cap B straight off the bat. Now, as you can see from here, when you're in the ruins around B and you have the B and C combo, the only way the enemy can come directly to B is through the B ramp sides. That is the only way they can come. Now, if you have a half-decent setup, as we do here, you can just mow them again and again and again. And as you can see from that quick view of the scoreboard, we actually have a man less, and we force them to rage quit less than 2 minutes into the gameplay because we are just completely denying them any access to B-Dom. Now, it's just so easy to do this on Mission. What you need to do is, if you are on the C side, you need to as quickly as possible, capture C and then run and capture B straight off the bat. Because as I said, the only direct route to B from the A side of the map is up B hill. Now, when there's only one way the enemy can effectively come, it creates a choke point. And when the enemy are in that choke point, they have no hope. They just get trapped, they get mowed, and they are there all the time. Now, there are two other ways the enemy can cause you problems. The first way is coming on the road-hand side of the map, where I am now. They can flank round that and get onto C if you're not careful. But the most common way that enemies try to come and attack you and flank you is through Riverbed. Now, Riverbed is pretty much straight away on A side. As you spawn in an A, facing the objective, Riverbed is a sloping up on the left hand side of the map that's taking you up towards C-Dom. Now, if you are trapped on the A side, this is the best hope you have of getting out of that trap. Because like you saw, you cannot come up B hill because you're going to get trapped, and you can't really come on the seaside road because it's very open. Some people who are in ruins by B can just pop over the side, see you, shoot you, and take you out. So Riverbed, as you can see just below the bridge on B hill, is the best option. Now, I made a little bit of a mistake here. I thought that the enemy team had completely rage quit, so what I was trying to do is flank around A to get the quick triple cap and finish the game, because when the enemy's gone, there's no point sticking on the 2 cap. You might as well get the game over. But what I hadn't realised is that other people had joined pretty quickly, and you can see the immediate consequence of me and that one other teammate pushing around the side. As you can see from the minimap, the spawns have switched and the enemy have secured C-Dom, and this is a great example of how to push C-Dom when you're on the B and A side. You move up the left hand side of the map looking from A, because there's a lot more cover, there's a lot more buildings for you to jump into, and then you can put pressure on whenever you want, and it just makes life a lot easier for you. You see a lot of people who try desperately just to charge B, and just give the enemy free kills. If you're in this situation when you are at A side and the enemy have got a nice BC setup, try and gather a couple of teammates together, go down the left hand side of the map and try and put pressure on C-Dom, because when you have C-Dom, the enemy spawn flips and then the enemy start to spawn around A-Dom, and then when the enemy spawn on A-Dom, you can do to them what they did to you: push up on B, get solid in and around the ruins, and hold it against all comers. And that is just the most sensible thing to do on this map. It is more hassle than it's worth trying to hold A and B, because it only takes one slight slip, 2 or 3 enemies getting into B-Dom, and you are completely trapped and screwed right back in A-Dom. But as you can see here, we are beginning to set up. Now, this little part of the map here is a nice place. You can go as far as this wooden shack and not flip. But if you push in as far as I have here, there is a danger of you flipping the spawns. But, you know, by this point, we'd realise that the enemy are absolutely terrible and you can be a little bit more aggressive. But as you can see here, I moved up the right-hand side, one teammate pushed in on the left, and it caused the spawns to flip. And the spawns are so dodgy on mission. You need to be very, very careful that you're not too aggressive, because you see so many people just rushing right behind Adon when the enemy team is absolutely right up for the battle, and it causes the spawn to flip, and it is devastatingly effective. But no, you can stay this side of the hill very, very effectively, and you won't flip the spawn here. And you can go pretty much as far up on the left hand side of the map as the digger or the tractor. I can't remember what it is, but there is like an earth mover on the left hand side of the map on the sea road side, and you can effectively push up to that and you won't flip the spawn. But as you can see here, you can see that from this hill well into the enemy A spawn. But the problem is, enemies will spawn around you, and if you stay there too long, you do risk flipping the spawn. So only go that far if you're up against a really bad team. And as you can see from the score, you know, they have virtually no hope. But this is the other side of the map where you can go to. See, there you go, it's a tractor. You can come up to this tractor and defend that side of B hill, sorry. Because as the enemies try and get to B hill, if you have someone behind the tractor, they can see the entrance to B hill. So not only can you completely block them off from getting anywhere near to B when you're in ruins here, you can actually stop them getting to B hill by holding this side of the map. So this just goes to show how unbelievably powerful the CB combo is on mission. But you know, I think I've explained that quite a lot. I want to talk about what weapons and what classes to use on mission. Now, when I'm on mission, I like to run either shotguns or SMGs. Now, you see a lot of people sometimes running LMGs and assault rifles and playing a little bit more defensive, sticking to the flanks of the map and trying to hold the enemy off there. But what I like to do is run an SMG and shotgun with support, because mission is quite a small map and the spawns on mission are decidedly dodgy. So what you're going to get a lot of is enemies spawning within a grenade's throw of B-dom. I mean, even when you have the BC combo, it's not too unusual for enemies to spawn on the right hand side of the map where I am now. For example, as I'm pushing up here, you can have enemies spawn anywhere around this area. So if you're not too careful, you can have an enemy spawn in and get a grenade out on B. So that makes ballistic vests and UAVs so useful on this map, because like you saw from earlier, the spawns can flip literally on a heartbeat. So you might not even be pushing up that far. I mean, for example here, this normally doesn't flip the spawns. If I'm being a bit too aggressive and going in around the back, that definitely does. But sometimes mission's a little bit finicky. It flips the spawn very, very early. Like, it had flipped the spawn before I'd even got to A that time. So you need to be a little bit careful. And that's why UAVs and ballistic vests are so very useful, because UAVs enable you to quickly pick up the changing patterns in spawn and work out where the enemy are. And ballistic vests give you that extra bit of protection from that spawn nade. And you will get spawn nade so many times, because you'll kill an enemy in and around B and he will spawn within a revenge grenade of you very, very easily. And if you don't have that ballistic vest to give you that little bit of extra support and that little bit of extra security, you can run into problems. So that is my favourite class. And the great thing about running support is whenever an enemy, whenever a teammate picks up a ballistic vest, you get 50 points. Now, these are 3 points. It's only 4 kills to get that in support. Nice and easy with a hardline or whatever. And it just gets you 3 points. So I hope you've enjoyed the gameplay, guys. The final score is 37-4. You know, this is a great gameplay to show you how to play mission, because it shows you how to effectively spawn control, and it shows you the consequences of being a little bit too aggressive when I thought the enemy team weren't joining in, and then when I realised that they were rubbish and I wanted to be aggressive, it shows you what can happen with the spawn flipping very, very quickly. So I really hope you've enjoyed the gameplay, and I hope from now on, whatever random teammates join me in my mission domination games understand how to play this map better. So guys, once again, thank you for watching the gameplay, and I hope you have a great day.